This is SoulForge, Minecraft Bedrock's biggest private SMP. And this is me, a random nobody with 122 subs. I joined this SMP when I was a wee little YouTuber with only like 20-something subs, something like that. And I have been trying to gain the members' respect ever since I joined. The only difficulty about this is that this is a very PvP-oriented SMP. And I kind of suck at PvP. Like, don't get me wrong, I can blitzkrieg through random nerds on servers and all of that, but I'm nowhere close to the big leagues. I can't combo people, like, insanely well. To be honest, I don't even think I would qualify as a pro gamer. And this is problematic because I want the members' respect. So how am I going to get it if I suck at PvP? There's clearly only one solution. I had to practice. And thus, my training arc would begin. But before we do a training arc, we need an excuse to do it. So, this is Zav. Well, actually, it's just his profile picture. It's rather odd. But anyways, this man cyberbullied me in Season 2. And I don't like that. So we're gonna get revenge. But first, it was time for a training arc. So, I decided I was going to play CubeCraft. And of course, the most efficient way to learn would be to make myself win 2 in a row of every single solos game in CubeCraft. And then also to force myself to win 1 of every duos game as well. What could go wrong? Things went very wrong. You would think that everything would be fine, that sure, I might hit a couple bumps in the road, but since I'm a definitely better than average player, I should be able to win every single game on CubeCraft and beat the whole challenge pretty easily. How hard could it be to win 2 rounds in a row of every single solos game? Well, for the most part, that's actually correct. Most of it was pretty easy, but there were a handful of things that gave me some serious challenges. And as I embarked on this mission, little did I know that what would happen would quite literally break me so badly that I would spend the entire next month having a midlife crisis, even though I'm 16. The first game I tried out was Disasters, a game that I had never played before. And it was really, really, really easy to beat it. It only took me 10 minutes and 3 attempts, and just bam, already 2 in a row. So things were looking really, really good. That was until things didn't go so well anymore. Because I chose Pillars of Fortune as my next game. If you play Pillars of Fortune very often, you will probably know automatically that this is the perfect counter to my goal of winning 2 solo games in a row. This is an almost entirely luck-based game, with so many players. The real issue of this is that at any moment, someone can just knock you off. And with so many players in a game, one of them is bound to be some suicidal maniac that is more than willing to kill himself to take you down with him and ruin someone else's day. But that's just a minor problem. Most of the time, people don't do that. The real issue is that I have to win 2 of these games in a row. I know that if I play this game enough, I can actually win it. The issue is that I'm going to have to play so many luck-based games. And while there is some serious skill in some of these maps and in some of these modes, you can still end up just drawing a terrible, terrible hand. And the result is you don't stand a chance. And most of the time, this is actually what happens. You are completely at the mercy of your drawing cards, except in this case, it's blocks and items. It is literally a game of chance to see whether you will get anything. Like, as you can see right now, I am getting literally nothing. I can't even build up to protect myself, while the person on my left is getting enough items to go and attack someone else. This is a situation you can get stuck in. And it's a huge problem. Because you could just draw a bad hand, and there's nothing you can do. You are completely at the mercy of other players. The simple fact of this game is it's too luck-based, and there are too many people for it to be an effective luck-based game. At least for our purposes. It can be fun, it's chaotic, and sometimes that kind of chaos can be fun. But for a challenge, it is not a really good thing for us to have. So, I decided to put this one away for a little bit. The next game I tried was a much more familiar game. I've played CubeCraft's Bed Wars a couple times. Back in the day, I had my criticisms of it, and I saw it more or less as just a ripoff, just trying to follow the popular trends, because CubeCraft already had Egg Wars. So I saw Bed Wars as an unnecessary addition. I mean, you could just improve Egg Wars or something else more useful. However, this all in all is a pretty interesting game mode. I won't say it's great or anything, but the fact that now, like, I am editing, like, way after I was doing all this recording, so I actually have become a sweat, specifically in CubeCraft Bed Wars, which is kind of funny. But it's very interesting to see how I started out going in my first game in ages for this. Actually, I played pretty terribly. My first game kind of sucked, I didn't PvP well at all, and I managed to somehow let nearly every person in the game onto my island at once, resulting in my bed's destruction and my death. The following game, things perked up for me as through sheer luck and continuous, badly directed but somehow successful aggression, I managed to actually scratch out a win on my second attempt. However, my hopes and dreams were crushed by pretty much just me getting outgeared in the third game, and then me proceeding to play terribly strategically in the fourth game, and then falling into the void. Pretty embarrassing. 2 losses in a row instead of 2 wins in a row. But after resetting, I was thankfully able to use the diamonds in the middle to my strategic advantage, and through dumb luck and the diamonds, I was able to pretty easily win another game. The following game afterwards, I was able to rush everyone and take them down pretty easily, which is surprising considering my track record until this point. After finishing up Solo's Bed Wars, I went back to finish up Pillars of Fortune, and just to give you an idea of just how hard this game was to win 2 times in a row, I am literally right now showing you my entire footage of managing to do this at 100 times speed. This is 100 times speed, by the way. Do you realize how fast that is? This is literally insane. Someone spawned a freaking warden on me. Like this, there was some crazy stuff. And it was kind of fun, actually. But the thing is, this is just a chaotic and lucky game. And I kind of just hate luck-based games. So, it is kind of fun, but I would really not recommend it for any challenges. Which is why I try to get it over with. And oh my word, it is still going. That is crazy. Oh my word. We are finally at the final stretch. After who knows how many games of Pillars of Fortune, we are finally actually getting to the end here. So this was a very, very unusually long game of Pillars of Fortune. Basically, in this game, I played heavily for height. Because height is practically everything in the early game. The more height you have, the more of an advantage you have. If you have enough height, you basically have plenty of options to choose. You can choose whether to attack an opponent, stay where you are, or do whatever the frick you want. And so my goal in this round is to get as much height as possible, which as you can see already is not looking in my favor. Because this lady here has already got more height than me, but she's choosing the opposite way for some reason, not being aggressive. Which is good luck for me, but the other person behind me is definitely coming after me. We're definitely going to see more of her. And unfortunately, I am drawing pretty badly. But I'm actually starting to make a platform here, which is really good. But anyway, this player here is about to attack me, so I get a nice little wooden pickaxe here. Hopefully I can mine her. Oh, never mind. She got out of there. I wasn't able to mine the block under her, but what I can do is surprise attack her and knock her off, which shouldn't be too difficult. And there we go. That is another player down. So that's the first kill of the match. Later on, I bridge up and take the height advantage. And I don't really have to do anything else. The other players pretty much finish the match up for me by killing each other and then dying in the void. And this gives me a nice, clean, easy win, which is surprising considering that almost every other game I've lost. Because Pillars of Fortune is just a chaotic game that I really am not suited for. But regardless, this worked out pretty well this time. Very tame match. Oh, wait. Hold the holophone for a minute. I thought I actually... Okay, so it turns out I did not actually complete this challenge. I failed. You see, on this map, I thought I actually took the W here, but apparently I didn't. I forgot about this match, but apparently I lost. Even though I played it pretty okay, but I lost anyways. And then the following match I also won, so apparently... Oh, never mind, I did not play well. But apparently I just forgot about the middle match, and just only remembered the first two. I do not know why I stopped, but... okay, whatever. Life goes on. I guess I just got frustrated and tired of playing Pillars of Fortune. So yeah, I guess, all that was... Yeah, I died again, okay. Wait, what was I doing? Did I just, like, rage quit? I think I might have just rage quit. Whatever, Pillars of Fortune is a hard game. Let's not be... I'm not gonna beat myself up for it. On to the next game. The following game mode I tried out was a much more familiar game that I've played for a lot longer than CubeCraft Bed Wars or Pillars of Fortune. It's Egg Wars. Naturally, I decided I wanted to start off with duels. And big surprise, I won both of my first rounds, first try. Not very hard at all. After this, I decided, you know what? I'm going to make myself win one of every duos game as well. So I went back to CubeCraft Bed Wars and did that as well. And the first game was like so crazy. I ended up winning, and the battle was like, the build up to it was so crazy. It was a 1v1 v2 against some very well-geared players. And it just felt so cinematic, the way that my base, which was heavily guarded, just slowly got completely annihilated. Like, I don't know, man. I might just straight up slap some music on this fight. In fact, I think I'm gonna do that right now. Here we go. Epic anime. Not anime. Whatever, shut up. So, all things considered, that was pretty easy. The enemy team fell for a pretty basic strategy. After that, I went off to Egg Wars to do my solos and duos games. Despite having previous experience, surprisingly, Egg Wars solos offered me quite a challenge. After getting drop-kicked by a player in the first game, I proceeded to play very defensively, just like I used to, in the second game, which paid off heavily whenever a person, without any respawns, attacked me. By playing heavily defensively, I was able to use my bow to its fullest advantage, eventually managing to find an opening and knocking him into the void with my sword, gaining my first win. I thought that I had a serious chance of winning right then and there, but regrettably, that's where my winning streak ended. And after that, I could not seem to win game after game after game, which made me very angry. However, after quite a long time of playing Egg Wars, things finally shaped up, as while I was playing defensively again, I was able to somehow pull out a win, mostly because of my enemy's stupid shenanigans. Then, the following game, I was able to win once again, finally securing my 2-way requirement, allowing me to leave the imprisonment of Egg Wars solos and move on to finishing off Egg Wars duos. I played our duos match pretty defensively, pretty much a classic siege battle is what I'm calling this one, where essentially I camped at base except when I made a go for mid in order to grab diamonds, using the diamond generator at the base to gather as much gear as possible. While our opponents had superior resources, I was able to quickly gear up, and thanks to my superior skill and my allies' superior skill as well, we were able to actually surprisingly pull out a win despite being outgeared, and our egg stayed intact the entire time. It was a very successful strategy, which is why I played so much like castle defense back in the day when I had like 0 skill. which actually I didn't even really have zero skill back in the day. I just liked playing Castle Defense. The next game was Sky Wars. Oh man, Sky Wars. Where do I begin with this game? When I made the title of this video, I wasn't joking around. I was being completely serious. Well, it's a little bit exaggerated. But this game is the game that broke me. This is the game that caused my midlife crisis, okay? For some reason, I had such a hard time with Sky Wars solos. Back in the day, when I played on mobile, for crying out loud, I had, I would say, about a 1 in 4 win ratio. Actually, no. If it seemed to me like actually I had more of a 1 out of 2 win ratio. I actually won a lot. But in this whole playthrough was just me dying again and again and again. Obviously, that first death you just saw there was just stupid, but this game literally drove me insane. I stayed up and recorded and fought and fought and fought on Sky Wars day after day after day, and still, even winning 2 solos games, still eluded me. I genuinely do not know why I had so much trouble with this game that I already had perfected before. Except I hadn't actually perfected it. I had just gotten really good at it compared to now. I do not know what the issue was with me losing so many games. It's kind of ridiculous. I guess that me and Sky Wars are just not compatible anymore. I just don't have the right mindset. I'm too reckless. Like, I'm reckless enough and strategic enough of a mix to, work with the Bed Wars, because I can do a dumb thing on occasion. But Sky Wars, my stupidity and messing up, it kills me a lot. And this one game was what took up almost all of the training time. It broke me so badly that I actually, after I finished this whole challenge, I actually took a moment to step back, and I started, literally reviewing, my entire life. This freaking Minecraft minigame made me question, not everything, but a whole bunch of the stuff in my life. It made me reassess all my priorities, and then, it basically made me go into a month of lethargy where I basically did nothing of value, or a lot less of value. This thing right here, this game, it broke the fire that had literally fueled me for, months. I had gone on like this, I had been a machine of content creation, of animating, of all this stuff, and this game right here shattered me. I, completely lost my motivation. Almost entirely. I just went through, a whole month without really making any progress other than just getting through college. I basically spent an entire month just living and not really accomplishing anything. And it's all because of this stupid game. Honestly, there are probably so many recordings worth of it, I'm not even going to bother to show you the games I eventually won. Because it took me, they are literally a drop in the ocean of failure. It's not even worth it. I can't believe I was this bad. And I have improved a lot. Remember, this is right after I got a mouse. By this point, I had become adjusted to playing without one on a laptop. The main issue with a lot of my PvP skill development is that I can't seem to stay on one particular console or controller. I don't have to, but I continuously switch between them. And as a result, my skill curve is very much degraded. Which is probably why I had so much trouble winning this. Because I was just getting cooked the entire time. Anyways, on to the next game. Just a quick note, by the way. It did not take me long at all whatsoever to beat Sky Wars Duels.
I just had a huge amount of trouble with winning solos, because I guess I'm just reckless like that, and dumb. But yeah, Skywars Solos is the game that broke me. Not duos, and not... definitely not duels. Duels was easy as frick. Oh, okay, quick note number 2. Apparently, it was not days and days and days. I was under the impression I was playing Skywars the entire time, but I just looked at the next recording, and literally the next day I was able to beat Skywars. To be fair, I did play hours on it, but now it's kind of weird that I had a midlife crisis over 2.5 hours of desperately trying to sweat Skywars. Well, 3 if you count the part where I finally managed to win. Yeesh, 3 hours of Skywars just to get 2 wins in a row. That's still terrible. I guess that kind of explains why I would beat myself up about it, but it does not explain the reaction. Now I'm kind of curious how I got, why did I react so badly to this? It's been too long. I need to find out. But yeah, I finally managed to pull out some wins. That's actually crazy. Anyways, on to duos. With a fresh start after the day of finishing off solo Skywars, I began again. Very quickly, I was able to pull off a win in duels. Skywars. Duels. I meant duos. Sorry. Getting a bit late now. But I was able to pull off a quick win with my teammate, first time round. And after that, I followed up with playing Lucky Islands Duels, followed by Lucky Islands Solos. Lucky Islands Duels was, of course, easy, considering I have played it so many times. Half the time, your opponents just straight up die, and then the other half of the time, they usually suck so much at PvP, they're just like free kills. It's very rare whenever I lose a Lucky Islands duel. Very, very rare. So naturally, it was very easy for me to get 2 in a row. Lucky Islands Solos, however, was very much a lot harder, because it also added in luck. It's like Skywars, but with luck. The advantage is that everyone's less geared. And the gear, well, like, Skywars can be harder because of the gear, but with Lucky Block Solos, you can pretty much just kill anyone if you got a decent weapon. The real issue is the number of players and the luck factors, but they're not nearly as bad as it was for Skywars. Still took about an hour to win 2 in a row, but it's only a third as bad as the Skywars whole thing was. Still pretty freaking terrible, though. And look at that, wow, wow. Oh wait, sorry, After that, I proceeded to participate in duels, which, while it took a little bit of time, was pretty easy to do because, of course, I have plenty of experience in it, and I'm not actually that terrible at PvP. And especially with the mouse, I had gotten a lot better thanks to me forcibly throwing myself headlong into a training arc. Like the kind of training I was doing, it kind of forced me to get good fast. And it was working. At least that much was working for this. And so it was pretty easy to come out of duels with a victory. I followed this up with going to free-for-all, which I required myself to get 2 kills in a row with every single kit, which, while some were harder than others, it didn't take me overly too long, since a lot of players in CubeCraft kind of suck at PvP, and so not every kit was as easy to get the kills as the others, but all in all, it wasn't too difficult to get the kills. I think I just stuttered so bad there. But that was how I ended my next day. I followed up that day, the next day, by proceeding to rapid fire through disasters again for some reason, solo survival games, duos survival games, and competitive parkour, all in the span of 30 minutes. I had expected to encounter serious resistance in solo survival games due to me having to win it twice, but somehow I just got it. I just had it in the bag, man. Like, dude, just have a little faith, man. Remember, I'm Goat Samnity on Soulforge Discord. It's just the goat and me coming out. Actually, I'm not. I don't think it is. Like, I think I'm just getting lucky. Actually, well, whatever. Forget this stupid conversation. The following day, I tried Minerware and lost. The following day, I betrayed my team on Soulforge. I mean, I didn't do anything at all. I just played Soulforge. It did nothing wrong at all. Anyways, the day after that was the day that it was time to fight Zav, because apparently I finished my training arc. I don't believe that's correct, but who cares? That's what we're rolling with. And the day was set. It would be tomorrow. It would be epic. I was going to kill Zav and prove myself to the entire SMP. I was going to prove that Sammy does indeed have the ability to stab someone. And I will finally have all the respect and admiration. I'll finally actually get positive input from my friends. Yes, let's go. Wait, what am I saying? I don't get enough positive input, okay? Listen, man. This is just all a clever ruse to show that really all I've been wanting is just affirmation, because I don't get it anymore. I don't ever get it anymore because my parents are divorced. And now I'm just looking for affirmation in the worst place possible. That's definitely what this is, and not a funny bit or anything. But actually, seriously, yeah, actually, that's actually what it is. Like, I didn't realize until just now. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Why on earth do I want these guys' admiration? And I'm like, oh, right, because I don't get enough anymore. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's that I don't even get enough anymore. I think I get enough. It's just, I want more. I'm greedy. Well, actually, I guess maybe it's because I want to impress my friends. I don't know, listen, it's some dumb insecurity. It's some insecurity that I can use to manipulate people into subscribing. Oh my word. You should definitely hit the subscribe button. Subscribe for mental problems. Yay! Free money. But at what cost? Anyways, let's continue. The day has come. It is time. I have been waiting for this for a month. It is time to get revenge on Zav today. We are here at the election. While it might seem like we're here for the Dragon Egg, because I'm bidden for it after all. Literally bidden, like, the entirety of Spawn. I even tried bidding the entire SMP, because, I mean, at this point, my forces can defeat anyone on the SMP. So he might as well just say, yeah, I kind of can just give you the SMP. Like, here, take the entire landmass of the SMP in exchange for your puny Dragon Egg, because I want it. But I didn't really care for that. That's not why we're here. We are here for one man, and that man is Zav. But something happened when he came. He just died, so he's poor now. So that's not great, you know. Kind of sucks. So I gave him some diamond armor and a diamond axe, and decided I would test out if this guy was any sort of threat whenever he didn't really have anything. Because, you know, I wanted to make sure all my training put me somewhere near his level. And thankfully, he didn't seem to think he could take me. He started running for his life.
I see the constellations. They remind me that this life cannot be lost forever. I watch my generation
there was no excuse for me not to be able to catch up to him, because I had pearls, he had literally nothing, he didn't even have food. He just had armor and a weapon. Like, literally nothing else, not even blocks. So, Zav tried running, but of course, I was able to keep up with him, despite me being comically bad at chasing him. Eventually, I caught up with him, and he died. He got mad at me for this, but I wasn't exactly there to consider his feelings. So I left. But I wasn't satisfied. Sure, I had beaten him, but I hadn't beaten him in anything close to a fair duel. So I decided I was going to come back. And come back I did. And when I came back, Zav was ready for another fight.
Delete that shit, bro.
Alright, well, it says I have to use IO bit unlocker to delete it.
He was re-geared, and he had some food. This time we would have an actual fight.
Oh, that makes sense.
Zav's click speed
Yeah, no, that makes
and
sense.
skill definitely exceeded my own, and he quickly began pushing me back.
Yeah.
Our duel went closer and closer and closer towards the ravine on the other side of spawn.
Who's Sammy?
Yeah.
Wait, you're fighting Sammy?
Yeah, I went and jumped his ass.
Wait, so I click system 30. Where's system 32 go? Windows.
I got knocked down, and I fell into a cave.
Wow,
I had to think fast. Zav dropped down really quickly, and immediately I knew I had to get out of here. Zav has very good CPS, and I am laggy. If I stay down here even for another 10 seconds, I'm going to die. I desperately tried to pearl, but it didn't work.
Okay.
I tried to climb onto a ledge,
Have it?
and by pure luck, I somehow managed to knock Zav off into the cave,
I would if I were you.
giving me time to gapple up.
Sure, bro.
Zav tried to land a pearl, but it didn't work either.
It will
I had the high ground now, but I was never going to kill Zav using the high ground, and I had to get down there. So I jumped down and initiated combat again.
Oh, he actually just deleted this shit.
Surprisingly, Zav wasn't beating me too
I
badly,
don't believe it.
No,
but if I got into another trapped area, I knew it would be over again.
He instantly left
I just had to play my cards well, and I had a chance.
No.
So I kept fighting through the water streams. But Zav got overconfident, thinking he could beat me much easier than he really could. I had improved, despite everything, and Zav's helmet popped, and very soon after, he died.
Of course, Sammy gives me fully broken.
Watching this duel back, I realized that the only time he ever had a actual serious advantage over me was whenever he had me in close quarters. The moment the fight changed to more or less even terrain, or, well, not even terrain actually, but it's anything but even, but once the fight changed to wide open terrain, I immediately was able to handle his aggression. This makes me realize something. I might not be able to handle people in tight spaces, but it appears that I can absolutely handle Zav whenever he's out in the open.
And your armor was healed.
This victory over Zav meant that I could beat him in certain situations, meaning that if I can defeat Zav under certain situations, that means that victory over him is situational now. He doesn't have so much skill that no matter what, I'll never be able to beat him. I now actually have a serious chance of beating him whenever I fight him. And this is exactly what I was looking for. To change my role from being just a gatherer to being able to win fights under situational circumstances. Once I'm able to win against anyone under situational circumstances, I can move on to being able to beat people regardless of the situation. And once I can do that, I can move on to being able to beat everyone regardless of the situation. Eventually, through a lot of hard work, becoming the best PvPer on SoulForge, which is definitely never going to happen. But one can dream, you know? One can dream. Either way, I think you'll all agree that this fight with Zav was surprisingly unclose. I think I'm due for a promotion from D tier to C tier. maybe even taken his spot, considering how much better I did once I was in open spaces. I don't know though, actually. I don't know the caliber of gear he was given. I know he was given gapples and a sword, but I don't know if his gear was equal to mine. I know he didn't have the ability to repair his, and if his helmet hadn't popped, maybe he wouldn't have even died.
We know when you're on, Sammy.
But I think he still would have. It just would have been a little bit longer.
What?
But regardless,
Okay.
I am pretty certain that I am now, or I was, just a little bit better than Zav at the time. And I must say, it's been a long time, and I have not stopped practicing. So there is no way I am even on Zav's level anymore. I think I'm probably way beyond Zav's level. Well, not way beyond. I think he still poses a serious threat to me. But I think by this point, unless I'm really laggy, I don't think I'm Zav's equal anymore. I think I'm at least a tier his superior. So I think I've graduated from D tier in this video to C tier, and in the next video, I think I'll graduate up to B tier. But that's for another video. Anyways, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, then please do subscribe, and I will see you in another one. Later, nerds. Oh man, I'm losing my voice.